Hi, Leo. I'm already having Mercury retrograde issues, and Mercury is not even in pre-shadow yet. We still have a few days before that happens, but yeah. Welcome to your May 2022 reading. Thanks for hanging out with me again. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Betsy. Um, Taurus season is a time where your 10th house, your very house of public life and career and growing up, becoming an adult and responsibility, all of that is, really highlighted, and the themes around that are really highlighted. You've had Uranus in this house since 2018. The North Node moved into this house at the end of December of 2021. So a lot of changes are happening right now for you around your public life. And this Taurus season is really going to highlight that in a big way. We have the Taurus solar eclipse coming up on the 30th. If you want to know more about how that's going to affect you, take a look at your April reading. But it's really asking us to remove things out of our life in order for us to grow things, in order for us to have more fertile soil to grow things. So you may be finding that you'll be changing careers or changing ways that you're making money or changing the perspective of what the other people have for you. You may find yourself in situations where you really need to take responsibility for some things during this Taurus eclipse. And then the Scorpio full moon eclipse that'll be happening in your fourth house, which is the very private house. So where the 10th house is the public, the fourth house is the private. So the Scorpio full moon, Venus will be conjunct Chiron. And so there's a lot of unhealed child trauma that will probably surface. But it's happening in order to help you to see your worthiness and how far you've come, and how much you've truly allowed yourself to follow your path. And if you haven't allowed yourself to follow your path, you're going to feel that pull or that, that sadness or that, not really feeling very good about yourself or whatever, right? It's always that soul pull. And, I always find when we have depression, it's because we're not really listening to what our soul wants to do. We're listening to what the world wants of us instead. Oh, wow. So we have another card that came out. There we go. Okay. The 9 of Swords. The 10 of Pentacles. The Hierophant. The King of Swords. So Mercury will be going retrograde also in May. It'll retrograde starting on the 10th and going into the 3rd. And that's going to be in the 11th and 10th house for you. So Gemini and Taurus. It'll start in Gemini and go into Taurus and go direct in Taurus. And so you can drive yourself crazy about what you think the future is going to look like and what you think the relationships that you have in life are going to look like and what you think the abundance is going to look like. We can all drive ourselves crazy doing that, right? I feel like that's what the 9 of Swords is. Like, I feel like you are really overthinking a lot of stuff as you come into May. I think the eclipse has probably, you have thought long and hard about the things that you want to have in life, and you're recognizing that a lot of the stuff that you want to have doesn't really align with the stuff that you currently have. So, because we have the 10 of Pentacles here, and you want to have that 10 of Pentacles life. You want to have the safety and the security. And maybe you feel that way now. Maybe you feel so safe and so secure in where you are right now. But something tells me with that Nine of Swords that it almost feels a little packaged. I feel like whatever it is that this Ten of Pentacles is representing for you, and for a lot of people, it's that we feel safe financially, or we feel safe in the position in life, or we feel safe and comfortable in our career or in our families, or for a lot of people, it's all of those things combined, right? But the Hierophant, now, yes, we're in Taurus season right now, and we have all of these Taurus energies happening, but a lot of times the Taurus energy represents the level up. It also represents societal standards sometimes, and where we need, what we need to do in order to allow ourselves to level up within those standards. So, you know, are you driving yourself crazy at night with that Nine of Swords, thinking that you're supposed to be living a particular life and you really aren't feeling it anymore, and you want to do something different, and you want to live something different? And that's what you're driving yourself crazy because, oh my gosh, you're in a comfort zone, right? You feel comfortable where you are. Okay. King of Swords, Five of Pentacles, and Justice. For some of you, this absolutely has to do with a relationship or a marriage. And it feels like that there is an air sign involved. And that air sign, either they feel like they're sort of being left out, or you feel like you're being left out. And there needs to be some kind of justification. With Justice, it's so funny. It's like when we get the major arcanas, it's like, this is what I want you to look at. So with the Hierophant card, what I really want you to look at is your values. What is your value system? How are those things aligning for you within your environment? A lot of times the Taurus energy and the Hierophant speaks of the material things that we have in life. I mean, the Hierophant is a very rich man. The hierarchy system, right? And all of those things, like where are your values? And I feel like you're sort of driving yourself crazy trying to figure out, are my values over here? Are my values over here? And it seems like there's somebody in your life that you're trying to fit it all in with. Or an idea of somebody in your life you're trying to fit it all in with, or but it just it could be a Libra energy also that you're dealing with. But the Five of Pentacles in a really big way is a lack of something, feeling a lack of something, and it's a very real feeling of lack because it's the Pentacles. It's not like this is where you feel like it's almost you're lacking financially, or you're lacking something in some way, right? So for some of you, this Nine of Swords fear up here is removing yourself from the comfort. That fear, if you remove yourself from the comfort, am I going to be lacking in some way? What is that, if I move myself away from the fear of what's going on? A lot of this could be about a job. For some of you, it's about a relationship. I am 100% feeling like there's some kind of balance that you're seeking, right now. And, there's a lot of Venetian energy on the table. So the values of life are in great big blaring lights. If we keep ourselves stuck in the Nine of Swords, it doesn't get us to where we want to go any faster. A lot of times the Nine of Swords kind of energy can block us from getting anywhere because we're not sleeping well. We're constantly thinking about things, and do I really want to go in this direction, and what do I really need to, all of those. And it's all of the what ifs anyway. It's like they're all like, none of it even really exists. And when you have all of those what ifs in the world, it's really hard for you to pay attention to the reality of what's actually happening. And it's actually really hard for you to see when the breadcrumbs from the universe show up. We can talk about signs and synchronicities all day long and what they mean, But when it comes down to it, the signs and the synchronicities that the universe brings to you are always going to be specific to you. Whatever numbers come to you, they may have an overlying reason, but for you, it's going to be special in some way. So I don't want you to try and overanalyze whatever signs the universe is supposed to be bringing to you. I want you to feel it. I want you to allow yourself to feel it. There's a lot of pentacles on the table. There's a lot of very definitive swords and pentacles here. And so I'm like, where's the emotion? I want you to feel it, because you guys do that so well with your heart. And I know that being vulnerable can be a very scary situation to be in. But in order to ask yourself the hard questions this month, like, where are my values? Where am I going with my values? How does my environment, my career, my public life, how does that line up with my value system? How does my home life? How does the city that I'm in, the nurturing that I get in my life? How am I nurturing myself? What am I unlearning? All of the hard questions will be asked in May. And then at the end of May, you're going to have a really great time to be able to manifest. And we'll talk about that a little bit more in the extended. We're going to go through all of the astrology. We're going to look at clarifying all of these cards. And I'm really excited to do that for you. I hope you guys have a wonderful May. We're getting closer to summer and your season. I love you. Have a wonderful May, and I will see you in the extended. Bye.